Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome back. It is AJ, your average fan. Check it out, man. Cubs win 4-0 today. We got us a new hat from work this week. Looking looking pretty good today. Feeling good today. How about yourselves, Cubs fans? Yeah, so the Cubs beat the Phillies 4-0 today, improved to 17-10. Phillies falling 13-3. We are gonna get this box score pulled up so we could start going through the game, and we will start chatting about it. Yeah. So one Walker for definitely for the Phillies struggled quite a bit today. Not his day whatsoever. Uh, Only 3 innings pitched, allowed 6 hits, 2 earned runs, walked two, 4 strikeouts. Let me see if I could get it. Where are we looking at? Yeah, so Walker was pulled at 86 pitches today in just 3 innings of work. Not a very efficient day for him, but that's good for the Cubs. 5-4-0. The Cubs pitching, especially without Steele and the bullpen issues that they have had in the last few weeks. The bullpen struggled a little bit in San Diego, better against the Dodgers. Then you come home, play the Dodgers again. You're better there. You're better against Arizona. Granted, the bullpen isn't great yet. The bullpen still has some work to do, but the bullpen is starting to come around a little bit. I think they're starting to figure out that low leverage spot in the sixth and seventh inning. I think that that's really good. Your high leverage guys like Palencia, they just keep doing what they're supposed to do, which is fantastic news for us, obviously. The high leverage guys doing a great job. I don't see any problems there. We should be getting Presley back here in a day or two after having that knee drained. But just looking at what the Cubs pitching did today, 32 total at bats for the Phillies today. They only allowed 5 hits and 4 walks, 12 strikeouts. As we have talked about in the past, the more that you can keep your strikeout number up and your walk number down, you want to keep that ratio uh, two 2-1 and above, which you were 3-1 today, walks versus strikeouts. That will help you guys do a lot of very good things. Scott 0 for 4 today with the walk. Turner got 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Harper 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Schwarber 0 for 3 with a walk and 3 strikeouts. You hate to see it. Castellanos 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Kepler 1 for 3 with a walk. Real Muto 2 for 4 today. Bohm 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Rojas 0 for 2 with a strikeout, and Stevenson pinch hitter for Rojas 0 for 2 and 2 strikeouts. Like I said, that 12 strikeout number is huge when you look at just 4 walks. You want to, like I said, you want to keep that number of walks down as much as possible. You want to be in that 2 to 3 to 1 range. Again, the Cubs just doing what they need to do, man. You'd love to see that on the pitching side. On the hitting side, uh, the Cubs again today did their thing. Uh, Ian Happ 2 for 5 today with 2 strikeouts. Kyle Tucker 1 for 5 with a strikeout today. Suzuki 2 for 5 with a strikeout. Bush a rare 0 for 3 today. 2 walks though and 2 strikeouts. Swanson 1 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Horner 1 for 4 with no strikeout. 1 for 4, no strikeout. Okay, yeah, 1 for 4, no strikeouts. PCA 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Kelly 1 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. And Birdie had himself a nice little comeback game today. 2 for 4 with a strikeout and an RBI. So if we're looking at it, Ian Happ, his average sits at 274. Tucker 308. Suzuki 283. Michael Bush 295, Swanson 196. Good to see that he's starting to come back up to that Mendoza line. Hopefully he can continue to go upwards. Horner sitting at 300, PCA 295, Kelly 341, Birdie up to a 250 today. Uh, listen, uh, everybody again just doing their jobs on the offensive side of the ball. You look at the totals today: 35 total at bats, 4 runs on 11 hits. Definitely left a couple of guys on base. You could have done a little bit more on the base paths today, I suppose, or a little bit of that clutch hitting. But considering that you still won 4-0, I'm okay with the occasional guy getting past or not allowing an extra couple of runs across the board. Um, but yeah, 4 RBIs, 4 walks, 10 strikeouts. Again, the walk number you're seeing it start to come back up. There was a series there against the Padres where your walks severely went down because there was one point where you're getting 6, 8, 10 walks per game. So that number came down, but it's starting to go back up a little bit. You're starting to see 4 to 5 walks per game again. So hopefully that keeps going up. Your strikeouts, 10 of them today. Not terrible, not great, but not terrible. The one thing I like is Quentin Berry's aggressiveness on the base pass. There was twice today that he sent men from second base around to home, and it worked out. You got a run on the board just from that alone. They were putting on some steals today. PCA got a base, Horner got a base. So everybody, everyone's just doing their thing, man. And today, you were 4 for 22 with runners in scoring position, 12 left on base. Tucker also stole a base today, by the way. Um, So yeah, I mean, with the offense is just kind of in cruise control right now. Really, for real. I mean, you're consistently, consistently putting up runs and chasing pitchers out of the game. And I think that this is one thing that should really be driven in here is the fact that they are going through pitchers, not on our side, but the opposing team. You're really seeing the Cubs offense take advantage of pitchers. Sure, the score doesn't reflect it today, being that it was only 4 runs, but you had the Phillies starting pitcher out by the third inning with 89 pitches. I mean, that alone is the kind of offense that they had in 2016. It's the kind of thing that helped the offense in 2016. And you're seeing a lot of that now. I mean, you're getting these starting pitchers out before the fifth inning, sometimes in the third and fourth, and then you just really start chewing up and eating that bullpen, and you really start pushing guys across. And again, I think that I think that a big attributing factor to that. I was just talking to my dad about this today, not that long ago, actually, right before I hopped on here. Um, the Cubs, the way that they are base running, they're forcing pitchers to make mistakes. They're forcing catchers to uh, overthrow second base. They're simple groundouts. They like when PCA and Nico are trying to get on base. They're so fast that they force these defenders into making mistakes. And when you do that, that's when the walks come. That's when the stolen bases come. That's when that's one additional way of creating runs is by forcing the defenses to make these kinds of mistakes. Now, of course, you're not going to be able to do it every game. You're not going to maybe even maintain the success at which the Cubs have of doing this up until this point, sustaining that all year. But if you even resemble a little bit of it throughout the whole season, I mean, this is going to be a really tough lineup to face all year long, Cubs fans. I mean, it just is. And when you got guys that will sit there and take pitches and especially Michael Bush. He's been really good at this. And same with Carson Kelly, as a matter of fact. Their ability to see the strike zone, not like the actual strike zone, but the strike zone that the umpire is laying out for the game, and be able to make snap adjustments. That is another thing that really plays into how much they're succeeding. And I think that as the season goes on, this is another thing that is really just going to create runs here. I mean, we've seen it again already. Forcing defenders to make mistakes, chasing pitchers out early. These guys' OPSs. I mean, Kyle Tucker's above 1,000. Kelly's above 1,300. Just above 800 alone, you have Tucker, Suzuki, Bush, PCA. These are all guys that are above 800, and they're all right next to each other in the lineup. Swanson, his OPS is even coming up because he's finally starting to see some outfield grass, and his is doubles, triples, and home runs. So his OPS is coming up. Ian Happ is starting to turn it around. I mean, not that his average shows that he's been hitting solid all year. It's just that now, when he's hitting the ball hard, much kind of like last year, actually. He was hitting the ball hard, but he was just finding a mitt in the outfield. Now he's finding grass. His OPS is starting to come up. So if you have, all but say two or three of your guys in the lineup with an 850 OPS or above, and that's going to be a really big problem for hitters. And even Nico Horner is starting to get those doubles in there too. His OPS is right at 700. So, you know, this offense is absolutely insane to watch, and the bullpen is starting to turn it around, man. I think I think that I think that the bullpen obviously still has their problems, but when you see games like what just happened today, and now that they're on a winning streak, if you look at the last three games, you look at how the bullpen hung out those last three games. Even in that game where they let up 10 runs and you still won, you won it in extras, and you had to have Porter Hodge to do it. And on uh, then Porter Hodge came in on Wednesday, closed out the game again. So, you know, these high leverage guys are really doing their job, and they're doing their job effectively, and they're doing it well. Obviously, in some cases, like Porter Hodge, he got rocked one time, and since he didn't have a lot of innings, that inflated his ERA. Now, his ERA is coming way back down. You could see that. Speaking of which, we'll take a look at the Cubs' pitching stats here. Ray, another 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, 0.96 ERA. If he keeps this up and he could stretch out just a little bit further to where he's getting in between 5 and 6 innings with the occasional 7, this is going to be an excellent fill-in for Steele, really. I mean, if he keeps pitching like that, I'm not expecting him to sit at a sub 1 ERA the entire season, but if he's under, say, a 2.25 ERA, this could also help Jed, where instead of going to get a starting pitcher, you could look at more heavily reinforcing your bullpen. Thielbar, he pitched excellent today. He went an inning with a strikeout, brings his ERA down to 3.60. Keller did all right, even though he walked one, let a hit on. He had a little bit of traffic. He had 2 runners on, but he's bringing his ERA back down a little bit to a 6.10. Pomerantz, he had some traffic, but he had a walk, 2 strikeouts, but he didn't allow a run. Palencia just throwing straight gas, like always. He got a strikeout. He's bringing his ERA back down even further to a 2.70. So if you look at the totals today, 9 innings pitched, 5 hits, no earned runs, 4 walks, 12 strikeouts. I mean, again, man, this is the this bullpen, at least with the high leverage guys, because I believe if you're within 3 runs, that would be considered high leverage. Obviously, Palencia is a high leverage guy, even though today wasn't really a high leverage situation. Keller is supposed to be that. So is Steelbar, I suppose. Um, Pomerantz, I don't know. I guess I just need to see a little bit more of him to kind of determine where I think he should be in the bullpen. But I think that having him, I think that Pomerantz should be a guy that should go in directly after Ray and Boyd. in my opinion. I think that he could be a good low leverage guy for now. You could work him into a high leverage spot when you need to. But with these high leverage guys doing their jobs effectively for the last, I'd say, 8 games now, 8 to 10 games now, it's really your low leverage seventh inning that really just needs to figure it out. I think that they pitched decently well against Arizona and when you were out on the West Coast, obviously you had that meltdown against the Dodgers, uh, where you allowed 10 runs even though you still won. Um, so other than that, I mean, it's good to see that the bullpen is at least trending in the right direction. I wouldn't say that I have the faith to trust them in a three or less run game just yet. I would like to just see some low leverage guys in the seventh have a clean inning. Then I would start putting some faith into it because guys like Palencia and Keller, well, not Keller, God, I'm spacing on his name now. Merriweather and you know uh, Presley. These are guys that have had 5+ solid outings in a row now. So I'm putting the faith in those high leverage guys. No problem, no questions asked. You just got to help that low leverage situation just a little bit. Excuse me. Sorry about that. You just got to help these low leverage guys a little bit. Again, great game, great win for the Cubs, man. You know, with the uh, with the Phillies getting swept, you kind of felt like they were going to come in and give the Cubs hell, and that was obviously not the case today. The Cubs handedly won this one. I think that the score should have been more, like 7-8-0, honestly, just because of the runners that you left in scoring position. But other than that, man, a great game for the Cubs today. Great game for the Cubs today. We will look at tomorrow just to see who is running out there. Where are we? It is a 3:05 game. It is Ben Brown versus Lazardo. Um, yeah, I think that this could be an interesting matchup. Lazardo, he's a good guy, left-handed pitcher. Ben Brown struggles a little bit, but he's got 2-1 with a 4.57. In his last outing, he definitely looked a little bit better. Uh, so yeah, I think that tomorrow is going to be a really fun game to watch. And then if we look at Sunday here real quick, that game is a 7:10 game on ESPN. That'll be Nola versus Tyone. Tyone being at home, I like this matchup a lot. Uh, Tyone at home, definitely for sure. Nola, he's struggling quite a bit, 0 for 5 with a 6.43 ERA. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, the Cubs take down the Phillies 4-0 today. The Phillies 13-3. The Cubs improved to 7-10. As always, Cubs fans, let me know down in the comments below what you think. And yeah, how about we catch you tomorrow after some Saturday baseball? You guys have a good evening, and we'll catch you.